Okay, since you can hear me, all right, we are live now. Welcome to the Global Clusters. If you have joined this live or you are joining, it means you are alive. So thank God for your life. Welcome to the Global Clusters, um, the place or a place where you can learn morals, a place where we come together to do nation building or to do the needful. Um, I want to appreciate the global president in the person of Ambassador Aziz Adekunle Badmos and Chief Mutrayo Badmos. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am, for all you do for humanity. It is people to people revolution. You did not tie down the dream. You allowed it to come to fruition. You allowed it to come to life. And you shared with us. All right. So it's another blissful week. This is the last Sunday in the month of December 2025. Okay, so I'm very, very glad. I believe you are also glad because many are on the sick bed. People are dying as we speak. People have died. People are dying, but we are still in good shape. We are hale and hearty. So I just want us to acknowledge the fact that we have the breath of life. So I want to appreciate Mr. Jaja, our noble host. I want to appreciate Master Genie, Ambassador Apostle Iku. I want to appreciate everyone that has been joining. Uh, Lady, is it Clarice Chituma or Clarice something now from TPA? Um, they are appreciated. And Dr. Carey, Dr. Carey, he sent me, I think he's having his own meeting right now because I asked him to join us. So we are going to be doing people to people revolution together today. This is what connects to nation building. Mr. Jaja, please, am I being heard? Can I get feedback? I want to know if you can hear me, if people there can hear me. Please, can you hear me before I go on? All right. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Jaja. When we speak about revolution, many imagine noise, conflict, protests, or power struggles. I hope we all know that Ambassador Aziz is always saying instead of answers, end bad governance, you want to settle a thing and you want to use violence, you know. Yeah, he will always say that, or he always tells us that that's not the way forward, that's not how to solve problems. So when we speak about revolution, we are not talking about noise, we are not talking about conflict, we are not talking about protest, so to speak. Of course, we have peaceful, I beg your pardon, we have peaceful protests, and we're not also talking about power struggles. Yet, the strongest and most enduring revolution is often the quietest one, the revolution of people changing how they relate with other people. Yes. Now, let me share a true life story. I was with a family, a very close family friend of ours, and as we drove into their estate, They actually prepared a package for the vigilantes or the security people in their estate. They packaged something for all of them, and one guy or one person sat on it. This is something that happened, you understand? Because as we were driving into their estate, he pulled over, and one guy was lamenting. One of the guys, Oga, they no give us anything, no. That guy no give us money, he no give us food, all the package where them package, you understand? And the guy was just, and this family friend of ours, this chief was like, oh, don't worry, we'll get back to you. So that's one of the problems we have right now. Something has been given to you, share it among your team members or other people, and one person sits on it. That's greed. I was talking about greed I was talking about greed yesterday. So greed is a killer. It's a terrible thing. That thing will finish. It will finish. If you have everything to yourself, it will finish. So people to people revolution is something that revolve around kindness, not around greed, not around wickedness, not around stubbornness. Okay, let me look for another expression. Not around taking what does not belong to you. All right. So when we speak about revolution, let's not think about noise. Let's not think about conflict. Let's not think about things that will tarnish our image or something that will tarnish your own image. Okay, so the revolution of people changing how they relate with other people is very, very vital. It's very, very vital. This is the heart of the people to people revolution. It is not driven by weapons. It's not driven by weapons. It's not driven by titles or political offices. It is driven by mindset. I hope we all remember that tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Nigerian time, is a mind surgery revolution. So we have a rethink, have a proper way of thinking, be a creative thinker, be positive minded, don't be involved in anything that is negative, anything that is bad, anything that does not add value. Okay? So this is the heart of people's people revolution. It is not driven by weapons, titles, or political offices. It is driven by mindset, values, empathy, and responsibility. Nation building does not begin in government houses or policy documents. It begins in homes. Charity begins at home. I hope you know that popular expression. An infant or a baby that is growing starts to learn from the house or from the home or from his home. You understand? Before that child goes out there, before the child steps out, the child starts to learn. The first tutor that child has will either be his father or mother or the first tutors. All right. So it begins in homes, it begins in schools, begins, you know, we have we have we have markets, we have worship centers, we have offices and everyday conversations. Okay, a nation is only as strong as the relationships among its people. When people break down, the nation breaks down. When people rise in character, the nation rises in stability. The people to people revolution is the deliberate decision by citizens to see one another as partners, not problems, as brothers and sisters, not competitors or enemies. It is the shift from every man for himself to we rise together or we fall together. Without this shift, no amount of resources, leadership change, or foreign support can truly build a nation. I hope we have not forgotten our mantra, manga, MANGA, make Africa and Nigeria great again. Many nations struggle today not because they lack wealth or intelligence, but because they lack trust, compassion, and shared responsibility. Roads are built but destroyed by misuse. Laws are made but ignored when enforcement is absent. Leaders are elected, yet citizens sabotage progress through daily dishonesty and indiscipline. These are not government failures alone, they are people failures. They are people failures. So you have something to do, I have something to do, we all have something to do. Very, very important. It's very, very important. Consider the simple reality of daily life. In markets, some traders cheat customers, adjust scales, or sell poor quality goods for quick profit. At first, it appears profitable. Over time, trust dies. Customers withdraw. The entire market suffers. This small act of dishonesty weakens the economy more than many external pressures. This small act of dishonesty weakens the economy more than many external pressures. I already said that. Yes. So, nation building begins with integrity in small, ordinary actions. In small, comma, ordinary actions. So, think about it. Yes, you talking, watching me right now. Think about it. You're going to be watching me later. Think about it. In some communities, neighbors protect one another, correct children with love, and stand against crime collectively. In others, people look away, say it is not my business, and shield wrongdoing because of tribe, religion, or familiarity. Where people care for one another, security thrives naturally. Where people are indifferent, fear becomes the norm. Fear becomes the norm. A nation cannot be secure if its people are disconnected. A nation cannot be secure if its people are disconnected. Diversity is another major test of people to people revolution. Diversity is another major test of people to people unity. Differences in language, culture, and belief are not the problem. Disrespect is. Disrespect is. So diversity is another major test of people to people revolution. I mean, test of people to people unity. All right. Differences in language, culture, and belief are not the problem. Disrespect is. When citizens choose to protect one another despite differences, unity becomes strength. When differences are weapons, used as weapons, division becomes destruction. History repeatedly shows that nations collapse not from outside attacks alone, but from internal hatred. You know, I've forgotten the title of this old movie, Enemy Within or something. You understand? If you have enemies within are much stronger than enemies without, because enemy within have a lot. They have um, they have a lot of information. Like they have virtually everything they need to know about maybe a firm or an organization, or you understand. But the enemies without are only trying to find out. They're only trying to find out. They're only trying to find out. They want to they want to be sure. Are you sure we are safe? If we go in, we'll be attacked. How do we come in? How do we go in? You understand? How do we break in? How do we gain access? Because they really don't know how they are going to, you know, penetrate. All right. But if they have an insider um, giving them heads up or giving them information, then then everything is going to be. I mean, it's going to be very very easy for them. Moments of crisis often reveal our true potential. During disasters, accidents, or emergencies, strangers help strangers. Tribe disappears. Religion fades. Humanity rises. These moments show that unity is possible. If people can come together in crisis, they can choose to live that way in normal times. The problem is not ability, it is willingness. Yes, the problem is not ability, it is willingness. That's why at the global clusters we're always saying, let's come together, let's be united, let there be unity, let there be trust, let there be love, believe in your brother, support your brother, somebody that has potentials should be encouraged, should be helped. Somebody who has potentials should be encouraged, should be helped. We have people who have money to support other people to be sponsors to those who do not have who do not have I mean sponsors that I mean sorry somebody's making me laugh here. Said I should come and support him with money, and he's a big farmer, like he's a farmer, you know, here in here in the states. So all right, so we have people that are wealthy, people that are very very okay. So instead of them folding their arms, observing, watching people suffer, they can, you know, be a sponsor to hundreds, thousands, you know. We can actually encourage people in our community or communities around us to um, create their own accounts on the Spark Hubs. We have free courses there. We can all, you know, we can all, we can all align. We can all align. We can all fit into good things, good information, spreading the news, telling them to, create their own account. They will get access to free courses and so on and so forth. So young people are central to the people to people revolution. Young people are central to the people to people revolution. They are not just leaders of tomorrow, they are shapers of today. When youths are ignored, mocked, or excluded, frustration grows. When frustration grows, instability follows. But when youths are guided, mentored, and empowered, they become builders rather than destroyers. Every nation that invests in its youth secures its future, and that's what the 37 million digital literacy is all about. Yes, that's what it's about. Let's get busy doing the right thing or right things. Many successful individuals can trace their journey back to one person who believed in them: a teacher, a neighbor, a mentor, a community member. That single act of belief changed a life, and in doing so, strengthened the nation. I know many that have shared one or two testimonies. How I met the global president, how I got connected to this person. Not that he gave me money, but the connection, connecting me with the connection. Yes, the connection. Accurate connection can take you very far. Can take you to a good place. A good place. Yeah, can take you to a very very good place. Can take you to a very very good place. So small acts of kindness are not small. They are foundations of national growth. Leadership is not limited to those in political office. Parents lead in homes. Teachers lead in classrooms. Religious lead, religious leaders, religious leaders lead in morals. Elders lead in example. When citizens celebrate corruption, excuse injustice, or protect wrongdoing, they create the leaders they later criticize. I'll say that again. When citizens celebrate corruption, excuse injustice, or protect wrongdoing, they create the leaders they later criticize. Hmm. The quality of a nation's leadership is a reflection of the values practiced by its people. Going on, I would like to tell us that everyday behavior reveals national character. How people drive, obey traffic rules, respect queues, respect queues, and handle public property speaks loudly. Societies that function well are not perfect. Their citizens simply agree to respect shared rules. Discipline at the personal level produces order at the national level. Faith and moral values also play a vital role. True faith shapes character beyond worship spaces. It teaches it teaches love beyond words, honesty beyond sermons, and service beyond rituals. When morals, when moral values are lived daily, society becomes healthier and more stable. Nation building accelerates when people shift from competition to collaboration. When individuals ask, how can we build together? How can we build together? That's a good question to ask. How can we build together? Not what can I get? What can my family alone get? What can we do to better the lives of people? Yes, that's a good one. What can we do to make lives better? You understand? So, how can we build together? When individuals ask, how can we build together? Progress multiplies. People are the greatest infrastructure infrastructure of any nation. Roads can crack, buildings can collapse, but people with shared values can rebuild anything. They can rebuild anything. So the people to people revolution is practical and daily. Let's do it every day. Let's be practical. Let's do something. We need action. We need to act. It is choosing dignity over disrespect, truth over lies, peace over provocation. I don't know how many times I was provoked last week. At some point, I lost my. You understand? I was offended. You understand? But even at that, if somebody has offended you, you should still maintain. You should still have self-control because violence, anger not controlled, not properly handled, will destroy relationships. All right. Don't allow your emotion destroy that unique relationship that you're supposed to build or strengthen. Mm. So it is choosing dignity over disrespect, truth over lies, peace over provocation, and service over selfishness. Don't be greedy. Something that is meant for 100 people. You are the community leader and it has been given to you. You are the community leader and it has been given to you. Share it among everyone in the community and you decide to sit on it. That's greed. And it does not, that thing will not last. It will finish. If you are given 100 bags of rice and you have maybe 90 something people in the community and you are supposed to give them a bag each, but because of greed, if you sit on it, it will finish. And that thing will not last because you'll be remembered for the problems you created and you'll also be remembered for the good or any good thing you have done. Yeah, you will be remembered. So if I were you, I would rather do the right thing. Okay. So, and service over selfishness. It is mentoring someone younger, helping someone weaker, correcting wrong without violence, and protecting what belongs to everyone. Yes. Taking care of someone's property or something that belongs to another person as if you're the owner. Don't say it's not mine. So if it gets destroyed, uh, fine, no problems. No. Every morning when a citizen looks in the mirror, they are looking at a piece of their nation. Change does not begin elsewhere. It begins within. When people change how they treat people, communities change. When communities change, nations transform. Yeah, sorry about that break in transmission. So it is people to people revolution. Let's come together. Let's make Nigeria and Africa great again. If we make this country a better place, we will we will enjoy the good. We will enjoy all the benefits together. If we make it a war zone, if we make it a place of Ziranko, it is called now, a place where pandemonium has come to stay, then no one will have peace. I choose peace over problems or troubles or violence. All right. The only thing you should be violent against is bad behavior, maltreating your fellow, your brother, your sister, or your brothers and your sisters. That's the only thing that you should vent your anger, or the only thing that should receive your anger. Yes. So, like I said, societies that function well are not perfect. Their citizens simply agree to respect shared rules. Discipline at the personal level produces order at the national level. The people to people revolution should be made a daily thing. It should be a daily routine. All right. So let's choose dignity over disrespect. Let us endeavor to choose truth over lies. Let's endeavor to choose peace over provocation and service over selfishness. Greed has destroyed many. Greed has given room to stunted growth. It has destroyed many lives. All right. It will interest you to note that change does not begin elsewhere, it begins within. Let's start from you. When people change how they treat people, communities change. How do you treat people? How are you treating people? Because you have money, you have affluence, or you have everything at your beck and call. So you think you should just trample, or you think you should just maltreat people, disrespect people, disregard people, cheat people. Mm, 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 mm. That's not cool at all. So change does not begin elsewhere. Mahatma Gandhi said that change you seek. Let it start, you know, let it begin with you. Yes, charity begins at home. So that change you seek, don't look afar off. Be the change. Be that change. All right. So when communities change, nations transform. Nation building is not truly the duty of government alone, it is shared human responsibility. When people rise for people, the nation rises naturally. The greatest revolution is not one that destroys systems, but one that restores humanity, and that revolution begins person to person. That revolution begins person to person. I'll say it again. that revolution begins person to person. So, if you want things to go well, begin to begin to act. Act now. Act now. Act now. Act now. Don't wait. Don't say I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it later. No. Act now. All right. So, uh, it's very very important to uh, note that a nation is built or broken by how its people treat one another. I want us to hold um, onto this moral lesson. Okay, a nation is built or broken by how its people treat one another. True progress does not start with laws or leaders alone, but people with everyday choices. Honesty over deceit, compassion over indifference, unity over division, and responsibility over excuses. Small actions matter. Yeah, small actions matter. Integrity in simple dealing, res- respect for differences, care for the vulnerable, and discipline in public life. When people choose to live with conscience and empathy, trust grows. It grows. It grows. Communities strengthen, and the nation flourishes. In the end, the moral strength of a society determines the height of its destiny. All right. All right. Sorry about the break in transmission. All right. So I already gave us moral lessons. Um, it's something that uh, how about now? Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? Did this just happen, or you've not been able to hear me since? Can you hear me now? Okay, just now. What's happening? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? How about now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?